In this video, let's take a look at a close cousin of the sequence container, and that is a group. Now, you may hear about groups on the exam, you may see them, but you need to understand the difference between a group and a container. Notice the easy difference is to notice the names of these things. Notice a container is either like a for loop container that tells you that everything in there is going to be involved in a for loop, a for each loop. Anything going on inside that container is going to be involved in a for loop type situation, a for each, where we're looping through a collection of items. And then a sequence container, something that we group together just so that a bunch of tasks happen, and then they either complete, right, or they fail, or whatever we set up for them, and then it moves on to another sequence container, or another action or object or task or whatever. Okay, but a group is where we can put things together, and the easiest way to show you this is out there in a data flow. Now I'm going to do a little something here. Notice I'm on data load table B. I'm just going to right click both of these, and then I'm going to highlight them, and then I'm just going to choose copy. Then I'm going to go over to load table A, and then I'm just going to paste these. All right, and I just want to create something so that you can see what's going on here. Now notice, if I right click this task and execute the task, both of these are going to run in parallel, okay, or simultaneously, side by side, asynchronously, however you want to call that, right? They both went at the same time. So I'm going to come up here, stop the debugging, and go back out. And what I want to show you now is we can use groups to just simply really just kind of notate what's going on. And I'll just left click and drag across these and highlight them both. And then if I right click on anything that's selected and choose group, you will notice that it put it in a group. Okay, and I can call this group, I can come down here and rename it, right? And I can call this load table A, just like I did on the sequence containers, right? And then I can come over here and do the same thing. Left click, drag across, highlight both of these, then right click on any highlighted item, and again choose group. All right, then I'll right click on this, rename it, and this will be load table B. Now notice I have two groups here. This shows me logically what's going on for my own benefit. Notice I can move these things around inside the groups, and I can also expand the groups if I would like to add more things in there. But again, this time notice I'm going to right click and execute task, and I want you to watch what happens here. Okay, notice there is no precedent constraints between these two groups, and I'm going to see basically the same thing. Doesn't affect processing at all, so understand that these things are going to go. Now if I want these things to be carried out with any kind of let me kill the stop the package from running, but if I want to establish any kind of processing on these, then I would have to set that up some other way. Okay, I'd have to have multiple steps here and keep these going, but this is a way to logically divide the aspects of my data flows. And I can notice I can even use groups out here in my control flow as well. Okay, so I can right click here and group, and I can put things together in groups and do all kinds of cool things. Okay, but I want you to notice back here on data flows one thing that's kind of neat with these, and you can see them there. Notice I can basically shrink these things, okay, and then move these around so that I don't have to look at them necessarily all right next to each other. And you're going to see lots of situations in the real world where it gets really busy and really cluttered, and to be able to put these things in groups and then just kind of open them up and look and see what's going on and close them up again can be pretty cool. So anyway, that's kind of the details there on groups. Use these to logically separate things in your packages so that you can keep them kind of in your head straightened out, but they're not going to affect the order in which things get processed.